episode. It's your boy DOC, and I got a very special guest on the line. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and where you from.
Yes, your boy Giacana, representing the Bronx, Twin Parks Jungle. I mean,
Word.
Good looking for now. I mean, getting me up on here.
Yeah, definitely.
And for all the love too.
Yeah, definitely. I see you out there doing your thing, and I seen other interviews and videos that you was putting up. So I always try to, when I can, show different love to different people from different areas. You know what I mean? Because you always seem like a solid individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's go back a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, when did you get into the rap game, like hip hop? You know what I mean? Like, start taking it serious.
I always kind of been into the music thing, like 14, 15 years old, like, you know what I mean, back when. But as far as like taking it seriously, I didn't take the music serious until I came home from the Feds in 2012. That's when I started actually like investing money in studios and shooting videos. Everything before that was just like, we'd go to the studio, fuck around, and you know what I mean, drinking. There was fucking chicks, whatever. It wasn't like I wanted to actually do this shit for real, like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if you've seen the Vlad TV interview that I did when I was when I talked about like back in the day, like when the Dipset shit started, you know what I mean? Like all the way from back then, I was fucking with the music, you know what I mean? I had people that wanted to invest in me. I had dudes I was running with the music, but like I was just always into the street shit. Like I was hustling and that's what I was into. I was selling drugs, man, doing the gangbang and shit, doing the New York gang shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is that ultimately like what you had went to the feds for?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
You know what I mean? We was we was doing different things with different entities, and I was putting the homies on, and to gain some bread, and you know how that shit go. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get wrapped up. Nothing like the Tekashi situation. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a bigger thing that, you know what I'm saying? But just on the neighborhood level, you know what I mean? Little 5-year bit, nothing crazy. Conspiracy joint, small thing.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, with you mentioning the Vlad TV interview, for the people that may have not seen or didn't know, like what ended up happening with the Dipset situation? Was there like a specific situation that made you not fully rock out with them?
It was just, well, if for everybody that don't really know, like as far as like how the gang culture is in New York, because a lot of people just really don't take it seriously, and I understand that, you know what I mean, being that it was originated in LA, and you know what I'm saying, how, the situations out there with the neighborhoods, and we don't really like go by neighborhoods. We really go by like, because our shit started in the jail, so we go by like sets. You know what I'm saying? You could be from one hood and be different sets, like, you know what I'm saying, versus Cali, where if y'all all from one street, y'all just one thing. You know what I mean? So our shit is more jail situated. So going back to the Dipset shit, they was like more like on like the non-trade thing, the Treyway, well, what's called Treyway now, but non-trades is the real thing. Like these non-trades, I was Brim, you know what I mean, NYBBA. So that right there was already a discrepancy. It was two different things going on. You know what I'm saying? They was more situated to the non-trade thing. You know what I mean? So it was that. Plus it was like they was older than me, and I had OGs that I was under, and there was always like confliction between them, like, you know what I mean, between the OGs I came up with and like Cam and them. Like it was a situation where like niggas tried to rob Cam before. You know what I mean? And they were saying that, my OGs had, put that together, whatever. So it was just always bumping heads. Like I just feel like in life, it's always people that you wasn't put here to really rub shoulders with, because it's constantly like niggas is always that ending up on that side that I might not rock with, or I might rock with one or two people, you know what I mean? But for the majority, people that I don't fuck with is always ending up on that side or somewhere over there. You know what I mean? So that was basically the situation for me.
Right. Now, for people from the outside looking in, because you briefly mentioned, that the gang cultures, or I'm assuming as far as the blood faction out there in New York started in the jails. I've heard someone speak about that, like saying that there was the oppression, like the Latinos or the Hispanics were like ganging up against, the blacks.
Yeah.
Is that a true story, or
Yeah.
what would you say to that?
Nah, that's definitely a true story. Like, I mean, I was too young when that started. I didn't get on Rikers Island until much later when we was already established. Like, so I can't take credit or, you know what I mean, act like I was there when that war happened, because I wasn't. That was the OGs before me. But yeah, that was a true thing, because when I was coming up, like, I grew up in a predominantly Spanish neighborhood, and it was a lot of Latin kings back then. And like, for me, like, I always messed with Spanish girls. Like, that's just always how it ended up for me. So I used to always get into a lot of incidents over the Spanish chicks with these dudes, you know what I mean? And these dudes was like how the Bloods is now. They was way more established than how we are now. So, I got jumped. I used to get chased, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? So that was a real thing. So, like I said, I was too young. I wasn't in jail yet, but I was facing those oppressors on the street as far as dealing with the Spanish girls. So I can imagine what it was on the inside, you know what I'm saying? For the homies to come up with some shit like, yo, you know what I mean? We gotta look out for each other in here, you know what I mean? The Spanish dudes not letting niggas use the phone, call their families, you know what I mean? Dudes getting robbed, like, you know what I'm saying? We had to come up out that oppression.
Right. Well, just like to get your thoughts on, and then we'll get into, what is NYBBA and your part in it. Like, from your perspective, watching everything from the inside and out, what do you think the disconnection is between the New York or the East Coast and the West Coast and the Bloods? Is it something that could be patched up at some point in time and make a bridge where it's a little bit better dialogue in between the two areas? Or do you think New York just on their own time, their own thing, and it'll always be some form of a conflict?
I think that, I mean, sitting and really thinking about it, it could always be fixed, but people gotta understand, like with the gang thing for me, right, is this, right? And not to go off the subject, but I'm gonna just say this I'm gonna speak for myself. I ain't gonna speak for the whole NYBBA. I ain't gonna speak for the whole gang culture in LA. For me, off myself, right? This thing is about bringing black people together, black men together, or black women together, right? And moving on one accord and one front. Brotherly love, protecting each other, you know what I'm saying? Helping feed each other, helping raise each other. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at it as a NYBBA thing, as a, West Side Power Rule thing. Like, I don't look at it like that. But again, like, I'm not from California, so I can't say, like, how niggas supposed to be thinking. But my thing is that gangbanging is foolish to me. Like, killing another nigga because he got a blue flag, killing a nigga because he got a red flag, that's foolish to me. And for anybody to try to protect that way of life and try to say, like, debate about who's real or who's not, is just, that shit is just, like, stupid to me. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it 100, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what struggles niggas been through out there, like who died over what and what neighborhood. I'm just saying, like, from the outside looking in, like, I was never about that. My part in the NYBBA was about, being a big brother figure to niggas that didn't have pops. My pops wasn't around, so I knew what it was. But I was forced to be a man early, you know what I'm saying, because I had a little sister behind me and I had a young mother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all about I was all about being a man at an early age. It's the same thing with Cardi and Star Brim. Like, those is my little sisters. Like, when we did the fucking with Cardi shit, it wasn't like for clout or to, like, for her to see it or even, try to even do nothing with it. Just saying that we all together, so this is what we should be doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this was a time that when she was going through the shit where she had sent the comment and the clip that took it to offense, you know what I'm saying? And we just, like, even though I feel like it could have been handled a better way, I just feel like niggas jumped on as a female, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just a whole bunch of clout chasing, like, you know what I mean? She don't really know nothing about that. Like, the New York shit is not like that. It's not based on those same principles as Los Angeles. Like, our shit is like, we rose out of oppression. You know what I'm saying? And niggas started doing some color shit. I don't know where that shit came from.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that it wasn't. We was never supposed to be on that. That's a forced thing out here. I don't stand behind that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but like I said, I don't speak for everybody. I speak for myself.